Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadam Mayam Dadadi Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapada Kamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagarjatam Sagagana Raghunathantam Shri Rupam Sagarjatam Sagagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Sya He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhye Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. Śrī Āndāl Nachiyar has
Hare
been
Krishna.
merciful.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Can you come a little closer?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, please. Thank you, Prabhu. Better.
Hare Krishna. My throat is slightly not okay. That's the reason it could be. Otherwise, I can speak a little more louder. Okay. Hare Krishna. Śrī Āndāl Nachiyar has compassionately given this wonderful Tiruppāvai so that everyone, all Jiva, can get into the Krishna Bhakti and progress and get back to the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna. So in this Āndāl Nachiyar Pāsurams, as we are observing, the first 5 Pāsurams are intro, and the next are talking about waking up the Gopis or Kumarikas. So the first 5 Pāsurams, the 6 to 10 talks about the individual girls. Now the next is 5 are considered as the 5 sense objects, and it is today we are going to talk about the mouth, because we know pretty well in the nectar of instruction, Vacho Vegam Manasaha, how to utilize it. So that is also explained very well. The girl today who is going to be glorified, who is sleeping, she talks excellently, and she has got the knack of attracting others. So this way, this Pāsuram is very vital. In addition to that, this Pāsuram had helped Shri Ramanujacharya to discuss the Chandogya Upanishad explanation to his Yadav Prakasha. This is also we are going to see today. From this verse only, Shri Ramanujacharya got the complete clarification for the Upanishad. So that's also very interesting. In addition to that, Āndāl Nachiyar every day wears the garland which is ready for the Vatapatra Sai. Father says, he has to change it. So when he goes with a new mala, the Lord returns back. So Āndāl Nachiyar is so dedicated for each and everything, and she wanted to serve the Lord with the best things. Prabhupada also mentioned in many of his purport, whatever we offer to the Lord, it should be the best quality. So this way, Āndāl Nachiyar completely inundated the entire Divya Desam of Srivilliputtūr with the mood of, or with the complete blissful condition of Sri Sri Vrindavana Dham. And she observed the Tiruppāvai Nobbu along with all other girls. And finally, they all got Krishna as their husband. And Āndāl Nachiyar got married to Sri Sanganatha Swami. And he is called as Rangamannar in the temple of Srivilliputtūr, wherein the Lord's name is Vadapatra Sai earlier. So this way, Āndāl Nachiyar has done so much to the entire humanity and brought so many souls under the lotus feet of Krishna. So Āndāl Nachiyar, before getting into the Pāsuram, today we will glorify Āndāl Nachiyar with the Tanyans. Nila Tungastha Nagari Tadi Suddha Mudbhotya Krishnam Parardhyam Swam Shruti Sata Shaira Siddha Madhyapayanti Sochishhtaya Rajini Galitam Ya Bhalakrutya Bhunkte Goda Tasyai Nama Idam Idam Bhuya Evastu Bhuyaha. அன்னவயல் புதுவை ஆண்டாள் அரங்கற்கு பன்னு திருப்பாவை பல்பதியம் இன்னிசையால் பாடிக் கொடுத்தாள் நற்பாமாலை பூமாலை சூடிக் கொடுத்தாளை சொல்லு சூடிக் கொடுத்த சுடற்கொடியே தொல்பாவை பாடியருளவல்ல பல்வளையாய் நாடினீர் வெங்கடவர்க்கு என்னை விதியென்ற இம்மாற்றம் நாங்கடவா வண்ணமே நல்கு. Hare Krishna. Now I request His Grace Harihara Narayan Das Prabhu to sing the Pāsuram number 14.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
உங்கள் புழக்கடை தோட்டத்து வாவியுள் செங்கழு நீர்வாய் நெகிழ்ந்து ஆம்பல்வாய் கூம்பின காண் உங்கள் புழக்கடை தோட்டத்து வாவியுள் செங்கழு நீர்வாய் நெகிழ்ந்து ஆம்பல்வாய் கூம்பின காண் செங்கற் பொடி கூரை வெண்பல் தவர் செங்கற் பொடி கூரை வெண்பல் தவர் தங்கள் திருக்கோவில் சங்கிடுவான் போதென்றார் தங்கள் திருக்கோவில் சங்கிடுவான் போதென்றார் எங்களை முன்னம் எழுப்புவான் வாய் பேசும் எங்களை முன்னம் எழுப்புவான் வாய் பேசும் நங்காய் எழுந்தீராய் நாணாதாய் நாவுடையாய் நங்காய் எழுந்தீராய் நாணாதாய் நாவுடையாய் சங்கோடு சக்கரம் ஏந்தும் தட கையன் சங்கோடு சக்கரம் ஏந்தும் தட கையன் பங்கைய கண்ணானை பாடேலோரெம்பாவாய் பங்கையர் கண்ணானை பாடேலோரெம்பாவாய் உங்கள் புழக்கடை ஓட்டத்து வாவியுள் செங்கழு நீர்வாய் நெகிழ்ந்து ஆம்பல்வாய் கூம்பின காண் உங்கள் புழக்கடை. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thanks you so much. So wonderful. Hare Krishna. Vasant Prabhu.
Prabhu. Yeah, I'm opening the rooms, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu, you can continue here.
Okay. So that was very nicely sung by Harihar Narayan Prabhu. So let us read the Pāsuram and try to understand the synonym meanings. Okay. Ungal Pulakkadai Thotattu Vayuvil. Vaviyul. செங்கழி நீர் வாய் நெகிழ்ந்து ஆம்பல் வாய் கும்பினகான் செங்கர் பொடிக்கூரை வெண்பல் தவத்தவர் தங்கள் திருக்கோயில் சங்கிடுவான் போதன்றார் எங்களை முன்னம் எழுப்புவான் வாய் பேசும் நங்காய் எழுந்திராய் நானாதாய் நாவுடையாய். The word naudayai is very important because it talks about the tongue. Okay. Sangodu chakaram yendum tadakkayan pangaya kannanani padayalor embavai. So actually ungal, originally it was nangal. Nangal means we all. But later on, as we know, the argument or the conversation between them made Āndāl Nachiyar to address it as Ungal. Then Pulakkadai Thotattu Vayuvil. Pulakkadai means there are two things. One should understand in each and every house, there will be a Pulakkadai. Now we are calling it a service area. No? Pulakkadai means service area. In olden days, there will be a what is it called as well and all. So that is called Pulakkadai. Thotattu, there will be a wonderful garden with lots of flowers. Vaviyul Shangalnir. So in that there is a wonderful lotus flower which is just blossomed. What does it say? Vai Nehilndu. Nehilndu means it is blossomed. Ambal. Ambal means lily flower. Vai Kumbinakan. Vai means the petals. Kumbina means shrunk or closed. See that. Then what does she say? Sengal. Sengal means the red color bricks. Right? Podi, the powder of that. Kurai. So it is resembling the cloth. Then Venpal. Ven means white. Teeth. Pal means teeth. Then Tavattavar, those who are the saints and sages. Tangal, their own. Tirukkoyil, the wonderful temple. Sangiduvan, there are two definitions for this. Sangha means conch shell and it is blown. Another way is, it is talked about these wonderful saints and sages, they have the key of the temple and they are opening it. Podandrar. Podandrar means they have already reached the temple. Yangalai Munnam. Munnam means yesterday night. Yangalai. All of us. Elupuvan. You said you will wake us up. Why pesu? With your loud mouth, you are talking so much. Nangai. Slender waist. Beautiful girl. Edundirai. Please get up. Nanadai. Are you not having any shame? Naudayai. So you are talking so much, but your tongue is not clear. So you speak one thing and you do something. So this is what very important, which we are going to understand a little later, how to do that. Okay. Naudayai. Sangodu. Sang means the conch shell. Chakra means Sudarshanam. Yendum means one who is holding. Tadakkayan means it talks about the lotus flower. Pangaya Kannanai. The Lord's wonderful eyes are similar to that of the petals of the lotus. Padayalor. Pad, again, same thing as I told you, singing Embavai. So this way, the individual synonyms are here. Then let us try to understand what it explains. As we see, the first day, that is sloka number 11, we saw that it talks about the ears, which is similar to that of a snake hole. Because Shravanam starts, no, even when you talk about Shravanam Kirtanam, it says so. First that comes. So she talks about that. Then she talks about the touch or the body. Then the third one, she talks about the wonderful eyes. Yesterday we were talking about the eyes. Today we are talking about the mouth. So each and every one of these devotees is very special, representing the 5 sense organs. So, and she talks to them like this. Ungal Purakkadai. What does she say first? The Āndāl Nachar, all her friends, go to this house and they're telling, my dear girl, my dear Gopika, please listen. Already the dawn is there and you can see everywhere all the lotus have blossomed and all the lilies have closed down or they have shrunk. Because if you know, many of you may not know that, the lily always blossoms in the night during the moonlight. But whereas the lotus always blossoms at the rise of the sun, at the light of the sun. So here what they are telling, in all the small kund, all these things are happening. Immediately that girl says, who is sleeping, she says, you have got a wonderful eyes similar to that of a lotus, and you have got a mouth similar to that of a lily. So that's why you're talking about it. I don't believe it. Then what she is telling, no, you have to understand, this is what we are explaining it, believers. And when she says further, if you don't believe it, go and check with your own house, backyard, right? Then that girl inside, she is telling, oh, you might have gone and made this lotus and lily to blossom and shrink. Then the girls outside with the Āndāl Nachar, what they are telling, you check our clothes or hands, nothing is wet. So we have not done it. Then she is also not happy about the girl sleeping. She is very much adamant. So later on, what they are telling, if this is the case, check your backyard in that also. Further, she is telling, I am not willing to go and check. So like this, a conversation goes on and on. Then Āndāl Nachar thought it is better to make her way up in another style. So she is adopting. What is that now? She talks about the saints and sages. And the saints and sages, what they are wearing the cloth, it is of saffron, and the color resembles the powder of a red color brick, right? And what their teeth resembles that of a pure white pearl. And what they are doing, they are going to their temple. For what? To worship the Lord in the morning session. And how they are doing, either they are blowing the shank and inviting others, or they are having the key to open the temple door. So they have also gone. This is what she is telling to the girl inside. And that girl is telling, oh, you are also going to wake them up also. You are not leaving anybody. So like this, she keeps on arguing. Finally, Āndāl Nachar felt it. With all the efforts, she is not willing to. Now they are going to give some slight criticizing remark. But it's not criticizing because the previous day she committed. No, many times we do that, no? Especially the neophyte and the devotees, what they say, oh, tomorrow morning I'll give you a wake-up call. But interestingly, the person who said he will sleep. So like this here, this girl, what did she say? I'll give you a wake-up call, you all get up. And now Āndāl is telling, oh, you said this much, and your mouth only spoke. And you are such a wonderful, beautiful girl. Why don't you get up? Since you have said this. And what does she say further, Āndāl Nachar? Are you not ashamed of it? Because when we commit something and when we do something else, in general, we lose our credibility. So we have to be very careful on that. So generally, a pure devotee of the Lord will be doing everything same, 3 things, right? Whatever he thinks and whatever he speaks and whatever he does. All the 3 things will be in line. This is what very important. If you look at the Bhagavad Puran also, everywhere they maintain this. They never think something and they never speak something else, and they will never do something different. So all these things are in line. So here also, what does she say? Are you not ashamed? Now would I. So you have got a tongue, you have got a mouth, but you spoke so much, and we are depending on you because you are capable of convincing everybody. And we are all waiting for you. Why? Because when you come and talk to Krishna, it is the best to convince Krishna. Because convincing Krishna is not that easy unless one submit thoroughly with their position to the Lord. So here also, Āndāl Nachar indirectly says, you are capable of it. And by you doing so, we are also getting the lotus feet of the Lord. See, this is a humbleness. Undoubtedly, Āndāl Nachar is incarnation of Bhumi Devi. Undoubtedly, she is leading the entire Kirtan. She is leading the entire Vaishnavis. But still, what does she say? She glorifies. So then, what they are going to convince now, whom to convince? So, Āndāl Nachar is describing the Lord's beauty here. Shankodi Chakaram. Shankodu means along with Shank or conch shell. Chakra means Sudarshana Chakra. Yend means holding it. Tadakayan. When we talk about the Chaturbhuj Roop, no, the Lord holds all these things, right? Tadakayan. Pangaya Kannanai. The Pangaya Kannanai means Pankajam is the Sanskrit word, but in Tamil it has become as Pangaya Kannanai Padayalo Vembhavai. So this way it is explaining it so wonderfully, right? So this is the one angle of explanation, and Āndāl Nachar has got, as I told you, she talks about each and every Alvar. Today she is talking about the Tiruppāvai. So the Tiruppāvai, Ungal Purakkadai Thottattu Vaayivul, Sengalnir Vaai Nigildu Aambal Vaai Kumbinakan. Actually, this Tiruppāvai, one of the 12 Alvars, he was very much into Krishna Bhakti, and he was so attached to Lord Ranganatha. Since he comes from a lower category of community, he always stays outside without disturbing others. And he has got a veena, and he sings the glories of the Lord. Right? And when he is singing the Lord's glories, it is always wonderful. And next, what does he say? Sengar Podikkurai Venpal Tavattavar, Tangal Tirukkoil Sangidavan Podandar. So when he is describing the Lord's glories, he is so much efficient and proficient, right? And what does he do now? Engalai munnam munnam elpum vai pesam. So when he is having such a strong vocabulary, he glorifies the Lord. And automatically, when he does so, especially, he is so attractive to the Lord. And the Lord is also showering so much mercy on him. One day what happened? There lived a pujari by name Loka Sankaragan. I forgot the second name. Loka, it comes, the next name I forgot. So that devotee, he is a pujari in the Ranganatha temple. So when this Tiruppāvai was having the veena in his hand and he was singing the glories, this priest suddenly got angry and he threw a stone and it fell on the forehead of Tiruppāvai. Then after that, when the priest went into the sanctum sanctorum of Srirangam, he could see there was a small wound on the forehead of Lord Ranganatha and the blood was oozing. So that red also is mentioned here, right? The Lord's eyes became reddish and the Lord's mouth became like a lily, and he immediately shouted at the priest. What did he say now? He instructed him, my dear devotee has been offended by you. You have offended a Vaishnava. So Vaishnava Aparad, you have to take a prayachitta. I am instructing you, go and immediately bring him on your shoulder in front of me. So this way, Āndāl Nachar is connecting the importance of the Guru Shishya Parampara, and the Lord is always equal to everyone. Right? What does he say? Samoham Sarvabhuteshu. So this way, the priest, Loka, what did he do now? He brought this Tiruppāvai on his shoulder to the temple, and the Lord was very much pleased. So this way, this is also looked at another angle of this, right? So moving on to the one more important aspect of it, as I was explaining it. Pangaya Kannanai. So the definition is here. The Lord's lotus eyes resembles that of a fresh lotus flower petal, similar to that color. So Śrī Ramanujacharya had a guru by name Yadava Prakasha. So Yadava Prakasha had a Gurukul, and Ramanujacharya used to go to his Gurukul regularly. When this was happening, one day he could not go to the class. On that day, Yadava Prakasha was explaining on the Chandogya Upanishad. And he was explaining the beauty of the Lord, and there was one word which talks about Kapyasanam. Kapyasanam. The together word is Kapyasanam. Kapyasanam. He gave an interpretation. The Lord's eyes are similar to that lotus, and that lotus resembles the back of the monkey. Kapi means monkey, one explanation. Asana means the backside of the monkey. So he explained it, all the boys went off. The next day, Ramanujacharya went to the Gurukul, and interestingly, the Shastra explains very clearly, one has to take oil bath means they cannot apply the oil on their head and take oil bath. Somebody has to apply oil on the head. Similarly, Shastra also explained when it comes to coconut water, nowadays we are fond of using the straw, right? And this is also a not right way of it. Okay, when you transfer it to a vessel, then what happens? It becomes a toddy. That's what Shastra explains. So here, the coconut water should be drunk in such a way without affecting the achar. Achar Anushtan. One has to use the stem of a lotus. So that's why if you go to any temple, when they do the Abhishek, when it comes to the coconut water, they use the coconut directly. They never shift it to any vessel. If at all somebody is doing it, please remember, the coconut should be offered to the Lord along with the coconut itself. So these are the basic things which I wanted to tell you. So moving on to that. So the definition was given by Yadav Prakasha previous day. Next day, when Yadav Prakasha wanted to take oil bath, he called out Ramanujacharya, please apply oil on my head. So then he applied oil on his head and he started massaging. Then Yadav Prakasha remembered it. Oh, yesterday we taught one lesson. This Ramanujacharya was not there. Let him learn it like that. So he told a few disciples to recite this. And they were reciting the Chandogya Upanishad, and they were explaining the Kabhyasanam, they were explaining it. Immediately, as he was applying oil on the head of his guru, Yadav Prakasha, suddenly the Yadav Prakasha felt it. Somebody is pouring very, very hot water on his thighs. So Yadav Prakasha was wondering, what is that? Then immediately he looked up. From the eyes of Ramanujacharya, hot water was pouring, tears, because he got hurt by the misinterpretation of the Lord's lotus eyes. And he was so angry and he could not speak. And after that, immediately Yadav Prakasha is asking, what is the problem? Then he is explaining it. So the definition is wrong. This is not what explained. At that time, Ramanujacharya brings this verse, today's Pāsuram, and he explains it refers to the lotus, and he gives three different wonderful meaning for that. Kapyasanam. Kapyasanam means water on which the lotus is there. That is one explanation. So the Lord's eyes are resembling lotus, which is on the water. Then the next definition is the stem of the lotus, which is on the water. So that is also the second point, what he explained. It is on the wonderful lotus which is there in the, we say in Tamil, Tatakam. Tatakam, we call it as Kundu, I think so. So though it comes from a muddy place, but it is glorified lotus, right? So the second definition, what did he give? The stem of the lotus, and from which the beauty comes. So the third explanation, what he gives is the wonderful lotus, which always gives us enough of what is that? Oh. Which talks about the beauty, and especially when we talk about the stem, you can see it also in the creation time, no? The Lord Vishnu's, from the lotus navel comes the lotus. So that way he explains the lotus refers here is the one Kapyasanam. And this Kapyasanam, why he is mentioning here is the lotus flower. The third definition, I got it now. The definition what Ramanujacharya says is the lotus flower gets its water from the lotus stem. As we see the sun, what does it do? It goes to the ocean and takes the water. Similarly, the lotus also, which resembles the sun brightness, so it takes water through the stem. So these three definitions are given, and Yadav Prakasha was stunned. And all the students or the other Gurukul boys clapped and encouraged him. When this was explained, immediately Yadav Prakasha became very angry and wild. You know the story, many of you, he went to the extent of finishing him off also. So in this connection, and we have got wonderful 2 shlokas from the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. As we see that here, Ramanujacharya completely rejected the definition of his guru, which was against the Shastras. Similarly, when we look at the Bali Maharaj Charitra, Bali Maharaj rejected Shukracharya's explanation. Vishnu has come, he has come to cheat you, don't give anything. So at that time, what did he do? He rejected it. So what the Shastra says, Shastra, Sadhu, Guru. Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, anything. All the 3 things are very important, one has to listen. There is one more point which I wanted to add here is, generally, when there are some defamations, when somebody is talking ill of the Lord or his devotees, one should not tolerate it. Because nowadays we can see in especially Tamil Nadu, there are so many atheists, they are completely decrying the Sanatana and other things. So according to Shastra, those who are there in that place, they have got 3 options according to the Shastra. Either before listening to this criticism or decrying of the Shastras and the Lord, one should immediately vacate the place if they don't have the strength. The second thing, what does it say is, you must be thorough in the Shastric injunctions and knowledge, and one should defeat such an atheistic person. The third one is, if you don't have both, one has to completely quit their body also. So this is what it is explained. So as we see here also, here we can understand how we can easily reject the Guru on only these 3 conditions. Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, these 3 things. Okay. So Bali Maharaj had committed to Amanadev that he will give 3 pieces of land. When 2 pieces of land was given, he was not able to fulfill it. Then immediately what did he do? He had to fulfill it, 3rd one. At that time, this Bali Maharaj talks a wonderful verse which is very important. 8:22-2. Shri Bali Ruvacha Yadi Uttama Shloka Bhavan Mamiritam Vacho Velikam Suravaryamaniyate Karomi Ritam Tanna Bhavet Pralambanam Padam Trutiyam Kuru Srishnime Nijam. Translation. Bali Maharaj said, "O best personality of Godhead, most worshipable for all the devatas, if you think that my promise has become false." See, as I told you earlier also, one has to do everything together. Thought, words, and action. So here also, Bali Maharaj is a pure devotee of the Lord, and he is the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. And what did he do? He has given a promise, and he is fulfilling it somehow or other. So what does he say now? I shall certainly rectify matters. So this is the mood of a pure devotee. So to make it truthful, because Satyam is very important for a devotee. So I cannot allow my promise to be false. But the Lord can do it. That's why in the Bhagavad Gita, he tells Arjuna, go and declare it to the world. My devotees never perish. Because Krishna gives a promise and sometimes he deviates. Because the Supreme Lord, whatever he does, that becomes Shastra, right? So please, therefore, place your third lotus step on my head. So this way, we can understand how a pure devotee maintains the Shastras and injunctions, and based on that, one can reject the Guru. Then we were talking about the beauty of the Lord. In this, we have got one more verse in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. This is also a very popular verse. This we see from the Narada Muni instructing Dhruva Maharaj as he was proceeding to forest to meditate on the Lord. As he was explaining so many things, at that time he gives this wonderful description of the transcendental beauty of the Lord. So in the Āndāl Pāsuram, Shankh Chakra, what is that? What is the verse? Shankodu Chakram Tadakayyan Yendi, like that. No, so here also the shloka comes in the same fashion. So these are lots of similarity. That's why I said no, Bhagavatam and its essence are available in the 30 verses of Tiruppāvai. Okay, let's get into the shloka 4847. Srivasangam Ganashyamam Purusham Vanamalinam Shankha Chakra Gada Padmair Abhivekta Chaturbhujam. Translation. The Lord is further described as having a mark of Shivatsa on the chest and the sitting place of goddess of fortune. And his bodily hue is deep bluish. The Lord is a person. Prabhupada emphasizes here because there are so many Mayavadis, and he emphasizes the Lord is a person. He wears a garland of flowers, Vanamali, okay? Then, and he is eternally manifest with the 4 hands. This is what the darshan he gave to Vasudeva and Devaki in the jail. So, which hold beginning from the lower left hand, a conch shell, a wheel, conch shell is Shankh, wheel is Sudarshana, club, that's Gada, and the lotus flower, Tadakayyan. So this way, there are so many nectarian portion of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam available in the Śrī Āndāl Nachiyar, as we have been repeatedly telling, and we are repeatedly requesting all the language speakers always refer to the shlokas which are more connected. That's very, very important. Because one can connect so many shlokas for one verse also, but one has to be clear, it should be more connected to the Pāsuram. That's also very important. Hare Krishna. Granth Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Āndāl Nachiyar ki jai. Tiruppāvai ki jai. Okay. So today's host is Madhukar Prabhu and Aparajita Mataji and Moksh and Keshav. For the entire family, let's all chant. In addition to that Hari Prem Prabhu and his family, and for the departed soul of his daughter. And for all of us, we have to progress in Krishna Bhakti. Let us all chant the holy names of the Lord thrice. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
9 more minutes are there, Prabhu.
Oh, I didn't see the time properly. Okay. So, let me take up Subhash Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Can we show all the 7 shlokas of the
Yes,
Narada
yes.
Muni?
Yeah, Prabhu. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, we request the devotees to memorize these 7 verses what we are going to recite now. It comes in the 4th canto, 8th chapter, shloka starting from 42, I think so, if I remember right. Got it?
Yeah, Prabhu,
Okay, I'll start then before he starts.
Okay.
Prasadabhimukam Shashvat Prasanna Vadanekshanam Sunasam Subhruvam Charu Kapolam Surasundaram Tarunam Ramaniyangam Arunotsekrishnadharam Pranatashrayanam Nirnam Sharanyam Karunarnavam Shivasangam Ganashyamam Purusham Vanamalinam Shankachakra Gada Padmai Abhyakta Chaturbhujam Kiritinam Kundalinam Keyula Valayanvidam Kiritinam Kundalinam Keyura Valayanvidam Kaustubha Bharanagrivam Pita Kausheya Vasasam Kanchi Kalapa Paryastam Lasat Kanchana Nupuram Darshaniya Tamam Shantam Manonayana Vardhanam Kanchi Kalapa Paryastam Lasat Kanchana Nupuram Darshaniya Tamam Shantam Manonayana Vardhanam Padhyam Nakamani Shrenyam Vilasadhyam Samarchatam Krutkarma Karnika Dishnyam Akram Atmanyavastitam Padhyam Namakamani Shrenyam Vilasadhyam Samarchatam Krutkarma Karnika Dishnyam Akram Atmanyavastitam Swayamanam Abhidhyayet Sanuraghavalokanam Niyate Naika Bhutena Manasa Varatarshabham. Prabhu, can you go to the translation if you can? So, as I told you, it is 4845 onwards. Prasadabhimukam Shashvat. The form of the Lord is described herein. The Lord's face is perpetually very beautiful and pleasing in attitude. To the devotees who see him, he appears never to be displeased, and he is always prepared to award benediction to them. His eyes, his nicely decorated eyebrows, his raised nose, and his broad forehead are all very beautiful. He is more beautiful than all the devatas. Next, Prabhu. Subhash Prabhu, you read it.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Narada Muni continued, the Lord's form is always youthful. Every limb and every part of his body is properly informed, free from defect. His eyes and lips are pinkish like the rising sun. He is always prepared to give shelter to the surrendered soul, and anyone so fortunate as to look upon him feels all satisfaction. The Lord is always worthy to be the master of the surrendered soul, for he is the ocean of mercy.
Continue reading.
Sloga number 47. The Lord is further described as having the mark of Srivatsa, or the sitting place of the goddess of fortune, and his bodily hue is deep bluish. The Lord is a person. He wears a garland of flowers, and he is eternally manifest with 4 hands, which hold, beginning from the lower left hand, a conch shell, wheel, club, and lotus flower. The entire body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva, is decorated. He wears a valuable jeweled helmet, necklaces, and bracelets. His neck is adorned with the Kaustubha jewel, and he is dressed in yellow silk garments. The Lord is decorated with small golden bells around his waist, and his lotus feet are decorated with golden angle bells. All his bodily features are very attractive and pleasing to the eyes. He is always peaceful, calm, and quiet, and very pleasing to the eyes and the mind.
1 minute. Pratik wants to read. Pratik.
Real
Pratik.
yogis meditate upon the transcendental form of the Lord as he stands on the wall of the lotus of their hearts, the jewel-like nails of his lotus feet glittering. The Lord is always smiling, and the devotee should constantly see the Lord in this form, as he looks very mercifully toward the devotee. In this way, the meditator should look toward the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the bestower of all benedictions.
Hare Krishna. So this way, many of our devotees who have been attending our classes regularly have by-hearted it. I request other devotees also, please take some time to by-heart these slokas, because whenever we go to any temple, we can recite this and one can meditate on the Lord. This is a very important aspect of it. So this all we learnt it from our Shiksha Guru, Mahamani Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Any other? Vasant Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Another 1 more minute to close, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Actually, I had a little more preparation. My throat and nose are not okay. That's why I could discuss more on that. Let us make it in some other day. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Prabhu. Yeah, please take care.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, regarding the feedback, I was asking you, Prabhu. Vasant Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. I will work on it, Prabhu.
Please, if you can.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thank you so much.